Alright, what's going on guys? Welcome to the video. So, going to be doing Tier 4 M8A1, and the M8A1 is very versatile guys. It's very quick. I run optics and binocs on it just because I feel like the view range is a little lacking, but it is Tier 4, so I mean, hardly ever are you going to get max view range on tanks at Tier 4, even with, a very good crew and rations and stuff. And, I've stopped running rations on this tank and a lot of other tanks because I was losing a lot of coin. Now, this game, guys, it's on steps. This was a really fun game to play because it was with, I don't want to say a rival, but I've seen this guy, Captain Quack, play a lot of Tier 4 vehicles. Sometimes he's been on my team, sometimes he's been, on the enemy team, but I have played against him several times. I've played with him several times, and I know him. He's very, very, very good at Tier 4, and if you look at his stats, he has like 20,000 battles in like Tier 4 tanks and stuff. So, I mean, I think he mostly plays Tier 4, and it was just fun to have a good game against him. I got into a shootout with him at the end, as you'll see, and it was just a fun game. It was basically like the two of us were the captains of our teams because, the rest of my team and the rest of his team were nothing special. So, anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get into this game. You can see we're coming up to the hill here. I'm taking shots at the DW2. I got one into him, and even with the standard ammo, trying to pen the turret on that thing and stuff is not the easiest from this distance. So we got one shot into him. The dispersion is decent on this tank, and I like it because of the DPM is pretty nasty too. So you can see that it's accurate enough, with full crew to get some pretty nasty shots into the Kini there, or however you pronounce that. And I think I was spotted, so I'm just going to do a quick, loop, and you can see the Su-76 was taking some fire. So we're going to go to 2 times, guys, because there's nothing else really special going on here. I load some gold as I'm shooting at the DW2 now, and you can see where the dispersion on this tank can kind of become an issue at this range. I mean, it's good, it's like 0.35 or something like that, but at this range it's nothing perfect. But with the amount of shots we're able to get, eventually we're gonna start increasing our damage, and you can see I'm just basically slamming gold into these guys because at this distance against that AMX, the Valentine, the DW2, these are all tanks I can't really do much with. Even with the standard ammo, I can't do much with the standard ammo against these tanks. So we're going to basically stay here, guys, until I know it's safe to move up. And really, that's it, guys. I mean, this, like I said, this is Tier 4, so we're just kind of camping now. We're already at 1,326 damage. If I can get that kind of behind the tree there, you can see a little better. And so far this is a very good game. I average about 1,000 damage, I think, in this tank a game. And at Tier 4 I probably average more than that, but when you're stuck in a 6 game with this thing, I mean, it becomes not so great, guys. You end up having to load a lot of gold and stuff. So, but it is what it is. Let's keep going, guys, until we get to the good part of this game, because it is a fairly long game. So we're going to take a lot of shots at this M15 over here, and even from that distance, a lot of them go in. And I'm going to start moving up. It's 11-6, guys, and then it's 11-7, and you could see Quack over here. I'm trying to take a shot on him. I track him, and basically we've just been sniping the crap out of each other's teams, and that's what's so fun at this tier, guys. It's like a lot of people are very casual players, and that's the way it should be. And honestly, I feel like I shouldn't be playing at this tier. I should be at least playing Tier 5 and up, but sometimes it's fun just to play Tier 4s, guys, and like just rain hell on all the casuals. So but in any case, guys, I'm thinking the game is over, right? But suddenly out of nowhere, all my team keeps pressing into this Hetzer over here or something on the west side, and we end up basically, losing this game. Or I'm sorry, the game ends up being very, very close. Like, we lose all our players. So M5 is retreating, I guess. I wouldn't say that's a bad move, given the fact that he's going against the Hetzer. And I'm kind of starting to retreat because I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. I know the M8A1 is probably here, and their M3 Stort was just sitting here. So, like, I don't want to be outspotted because in this tank, guys, and you see I'm going to take blind shots here at this bush because this is usually where I retreat to. But you know, this tank, guys, you got to be really careful being, caught out, because the Hetzer can easily basically one-shot me, and when you can get one-shotted, you can't just run out, in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the tank's pretty quick, but I don't want to just sacrifice all my HP to a one-shot by Hetzer. Or, get obliterated by the M8, who is probably sitting in a bush here and can double bush and not get spotted as he rips me apart. So, I'm going to kind of play this safe. We were totally thinking this game was over, guys, and now it's 11-11. So we got to be really careful. I still have full HP, so, I can lose some, but like I said, at this tier, the Hetzer can one-shot me, so you have to be so cautious, guys. So this is where a lot of people run into this problem. This is a mistake that they make, is, you see we'll get some shots into the M3 here, but what they'll do is they'll run out into the middle of nowhere thinking they've won the game, and they'll get picked off by enemy TDs and possibly artillery as well and stuff like that. So you could see kind of how I'm playing this, guys. It is a tier 4. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, this is a very casual game. People aren't very serious, but I take it serious when it gets to be this close, and I'm up against, someone like this, who I know is a very, very good player. Like, I'm very, very careful with how I play it. So Hetzer comes around here. We're gonna start taking shots. I want to finish off this M5. So I finish off the M5, and now I'm just concerned about getting one-shotted by the Hetzer. So you can see I'm kind of bouncing around trying to fool him, and I kind of do, guys. I take a shot into the back side of the tank there, into the tracks, and I run away. And I can see that the M8A1 now is right here. So I'm going to start moving up to try and spot him. I only have one shot left of gold. We shot so much gold this game, guys. But I think, being against a Hetzer, it's something I have to do, right? I mean, the pen on the gold is like 180, yeah, and I think this is like I was gonna say 120, but 110. So, if you aim the shots, they will go in. But like when it becomes this close, guys, I'm shooting gold because I'm competitive. So that's where I stand on shooting gold. If it means I'm gonna win the game because I shoot it, then I will shoot the gold. But other than that, the standard rounds do have a good amount of penetration at tier 4. So I'm looking for the M8A1. I have no idea where he's gone. I figure at this point, as I'm circling back here, that he probably already left. But I want to double check that. So I do, and now I know that he's somewhere in like this entire area, because the BT7 is on cap. So my next thing that I knew was going to happen was the BT7 is going to die, because I know this guy's a good player with M8A1, so he's going to get into a bush and he's going to rip apart the BT7, which he does. So now we have to play this even more carefully, because I don't have really anyone helping me to spot these guys now. Like, the BT7 was kind of, even if you want to call him like a distraction or a decoy, he was kind of playing, to sort of spot these guys or give me an approximate area of where they might be. Now I have no idea. I can only assume there's at least one of them is sitting up here, because that's where I would be, right, guys? So I'm poking up here, seeing if I'm lit, and I'm not. So this makes it even more confusing to me, because I know that this is where everyone sits. So if I'm not spotted right here, this is just a quick thing you could do with Sixth Sense, guys, that I'll explain. Like, if I'm not spotted here, that means there's nobody in, like, they could be sitting in this bush, but they're not in this entire area right here. Like, this is the spot you go to when your team starts to falter, and you need to retreat and you want to pick people off as they come through. This is where everyone goes to. So given the fact that I'm not spotted here, either means that whoever's sitting there doesn't have the view range to spot me, which I would find very surprising, because that's like right here on the map, and you can see where my view range circle is, and that's with optics. It's very possible that the T-29 was sitting there or whatever and just didn't have the view range to spot me. But I'm not sure, guys, because you'll see the M8A1 pops up like somewhere up over here. So I think he was probably sitting further back in this area. But anyway, guys, at higher tiers, this is something you could do. Like, if you poke up here at tier 6, 7, and you're not lit, that would indicate that no one is in this entire area. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just using the Sixth Sense, knowledge of the game to figure out where this person is, and then I poke up again and I'm spotted. So now I know that more than likely someone is probably like over in this area, because how else would they, light me when I'm coming back down? And remember, Sixth Sense has a 3-second delay, 2 seconds if you run that. There's like a thing you can run on it that makes it 2 seconds for your crew, but 3 seconds, guys. So I'm like, okay, he has to be sitting here, and sure enough, he is. And now he's gonna YOLO me, guys. So now I'm going to go to my camera view, and you will see like a literal face-off by seal clubbers. And you see I miss a shot there, and I'm thinking that this guy has me, but he misses. And I keep moving back a little bit, and it looks like he thought I was going to go forward again or something, and he put 2 shots in front of me, and somehow I'm able to defeat Captain Quack, full HP, full HP. I think the SU-76 also got a shot in him to kind of help me out there, but we're able to clean him up, and that felt great, guys, because I know he's seal clubbing just like I am. So we've defeated the enemy seal clubber, and we're at 2100 damage, and I raised my gun to him. I hope you saw that. And now we're just looking for the T-29. Now I was spotted, so I had a feeling that the T-29 might be sitting like in one of these bushes or something like that, if he wasn't already, like didn't already come to get me. You know what I'm saying, guys? Because at this point, it's 14 to 13. You would think he would try to at least press one of us or something like that. Given the situation, we were definitely both spotted when we went after the M8 if he spotted me over there. So I'm really confused. I'm like, where is this guy? Like, I don't know why he would be sitting back at this given time. And sure enough, somehow, guys, he was back here. So I started taking blind shots again at these bushes. And it looked like when I was shooting these shots that the shots were going in, but I think they were just going afar and kind of down the hill, and I couldn't see where they were hitting. But if you look here, it kind of looks like they're going into something. So I just kept shooting, and at that point I figured, okay, I'm probably not hitting anything if I take this many, and they're still going in. So sure enough, I wasn't. And here he is, guys. He's trying to run, and we're gonna put some shots into him, and the SU-76 I think gets 2 shots into him and cleans him up. So that's it, guys. 2400 damage, 4 kills, 300 assist damage, and this was a fantastic game, and it was a very long one too. So I encourage you guys to check out tier 4s. If you're a tier 5, 6, 7, even 8 player, even if you're very good at the game, go back to some of these tiers, guys. It's a lot of fun because people are very casual, and sometimes you can carry games, but also it's more fun because it's less casual. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you can get really, really good games even at tier 3, tier 4, and you won't lose as much coin, because when you play tier 10s, you're just constantly losing coin, guys, unless you're playing tier 8 premiums, obviously, and stuff. The higher tiers, you're going to start losing coin. So I will always encourage people to go back and check out some of these lower tiers. Sometimes, the games can be very exciting and very fun, and that's why I play World of Tanks, guys. I'm, a stat whore at this point with this new account, but I want to have fun when I play the game. I can't tell you how many sessions I have with my dad, and it's like, wow, man, some of the games are just like 15 to 1, and it's just not fun. But when you get a game like this, it is, guys, and it makes the whole session worth it if you have a fun game like this. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, in the M8A1 on steps, and again, 2400 damage, 300 assist damage. I will see you guys for the next video. Bye bye.